Alright, so in this problem we're multiplying two numbers, 12 and 12, that are each being raised to a power. And I think the tricky part about this one is that you can see the power they're being raised to is a fraction. So let's go ahead and get started. So what do we do if we have a number that's being raised to a fractional exponent, like 12 raised to the 1/2 power? Well, we take the numerator and we stick it right next to that base number, and then we take the denominator, and if something is raised to the 1/2 power and the denominator is 2, that means that we're going to find the square root of this thing. So if we did another practice problem, let's suppose we had 12 to the 2/3, then we would start with that numerator, which is a 2. We would say this is 12 squared. And then we would look at the denominator of the fraction, which is a 3. So it's 12 squared, but then we take the cube root of that. So to go back to the problem we were working on, which was 12 to the 1/2, we found out that 12 to the 1/2 just meant the square root of 12. So we could rewrite this as the square root of 12 times the square root of 12, and that is just equal to 12. So I just want to show you one other thing. If we have a problem like this, 12 to the 1/2 times 12 to the 1/2. Anytime we're multiplying two numbers that are both being raised to powers and they have the same base, for example, this is a 12 and this is a 12. So anytime the two numbers have the same base, then all we need to do is add the two exponents. So 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. And what we get from that is that 12 and 1/2 times 12 and 1/2 is just going to equal 12 to the 1. So let me give you one more problem. Let's say we had the problem 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 4th. Now, one way that you could solve this would just be figuring out what 2 to the 3rd is, finding that number and then multiplying it times whatever 2 to the 4th is. But a shortcut that we've just learned is that all we need to do is just add up the exponents. So 3 plus 4 is 7, and so we get an answer of 2 to the 7th. So I'm going to try just one more. Say we've got 3 to the 6 times 3 to the 3rd, and I want you to pause the video right now and try to figure out this answer. So using what we learned earlier, when we're multiplying two numbers that have the same base, then all we need to do is just add the two exponents. We have a 6 here and a 3 here. 6 plus 3 is 9, so the answer to 3 to the 6 times 3 to the 3rd is just 3 to the 9th.